You know what I dream about? It's making money literally while I sleep. Now, of course, in the affiliate marketing world, you can do that because the internet never sleeps. You're basically making money whenever people are buying stuff from you. But what if you could make money with literally without having to do much of anything? Just literally invest a small amount and let the money grow. That would be pretty cool, right? Well, a few months ago, about a month ago actually, my friend Jeremy came out with a product called Auto Grow Crypto. And now he's back with Auto Grow Crypto 2.0, which is really, really, really cool actually. And last time I reviewed one of these things, I was accused of not being articulating enough exactly why it works and how it works. So I'm going to try to do that in this review of Auto Grow Crypto 2.0. Before we get to that, my name is Eric Hammer. I'm known as the man with a hat. That's because I wear a fedora pretty much everywhere that I go. I am one of the very few people who can pull them successfully. Well, me and my buddy Neil over here. Now, if you are new to the channel, by the way, if you're not new, well, you know by now, just skip ahead and don't even bother with my stale dad jokes. But anyway, but seriously, if you are new to the channel, what I do here is two things: I review software and info products to make money on my niche. And why would I do such a thing? Well, it's very, very simple to make sure that you don't end up buying a bunch of crap.
A piece of crap.
A piece of crap.
Kramer and Newman, really, enough. These guys, you know, they took over from Bart and that other crazy guy. Anyway, but seriously, if you are new to the channel, the way things work here, if I like Bart, I will give it my hat to the product creator. If I don't, bad luck next time. I also do a lot of videos here involving mindset and entrepreneurship.
Yes, he's an entrepreneur. He's very successful.
Well, thank you very much, Liz. Now, you see, Liz, she also says the same thing every day, but at least she's nice about it. So, anyhow, but seriously, if you're new, make sure you smash that subscribe button, hit the bell icon to be notified when I drop the videos. And let's go ahead and get right into this. We're looking right now at the sales page for Auto Grow Crypto 2.0. This is from my friends Jeremy and James, sorry. Blanked on his name for James Renouf. Anyway, so basically what these guys have been doing is they've been getting into these things that are called auto staking crypto places. Basically what that means is that they automatically reinvest any money that you have in these platforms in order to make sure that you make more money from them. Now, last time I reviewed one of these things, people said, well, you didn't really tell us why it works or how it works. So I'm going to try to do that this time. I've done a little bit more research. I actually made money from the last one, and I'm planning to invest in this one as well, because I know it makes money. But I want to tell you why it makes money. And to be perfectly blunt, I'm still not 100% certain how they're able to offer such crazy returns. To me, it doesn't really track, but I kind of sort of understand. So I'm going to tell you what I have learned about why this stuff works and what it does, what it doesn't do. So here we go. So basically, the way these guys work, they work kind of the way that a bank works. Now, today's banks are kind of broken, to be perfectly honest. It used to be that, you know, banks would write up a mortgage, for example. They would lend money for a mortgage so somebody could buy a house for, let's say, 12% interest. Now, where did they get that money to be able to loan out to buy a house? Well, it came from you. You would go ahead and say, okay, bank, here is $100,000 that I've saved up. I want you to hold on to it for me. And in exchange for holding on to it for me, you're going to give me a percentage of interest on my money. So, you know, you're gonna loan it out at 12%. You're gonna give me 4%. You pocket the difference between the two. Okay, so basically, the bank is going to take on a little bit of risk because they're saying, what if the person defaults? And we have to deal with, you know, taking over the house and selling it and whatnot. So we're obviously going to take the lion's share of the money, but it is your money also. So we're going to give you a percentage of it. Now, today's banks are kind of broken. You know, a lot of them actually charge you for the privilege of simply having a bank account, and a lot of them or if they do give you interest, they give you like 0.1% interest while they charge 15% interest. It's unfortunately, that's just the reality of banks, at least here in the United States. I know, for example, because of the war that's going on, that in Russia, interest rates are insanely high. But then again, you also can't really transfer money out of the country, from what I understand. I don't really know. I know that I've read in the papers that interest rates are running at 20% interest in Russia. Now, to be fair, interest rates are still pretty low. So you can still get a mortgage for like 3 or 4% interest, 5% interest, something like that. And but still, the spread should be like that. They're giving you like 0.5%, 1%, not 0.1% or 0.001% or some crazy number. Anyway, that's the way these guys work, because basically what they're doing is they're going to say that they're going to take your money and they're going to invest it, and you get a piece of that investment. Okay, that's basically the way that this kind of thing is supposed to work. That these crypto companies are going to invest your money, and then they're going to take a piece of your investment and give it back to you. And of course, they're going to pocket a certain amount as well, so that everybody wins. And who is paying the interest rates on these things? Well, basically the same type of people who might buy, a house. It's the same kind of thing, except that they're lending the money out to people who want to invest in crypto. And so that's the first part of this, just to understand how this works, at least in theory. Now, the other thing to keep in mind, though, is that this is not that you're putting in $100 and you're guaranteed that your $100 is going to grow into $100,000 in a year. Okay, what you're doing is you're putting $100 and then you're buying crypto coins or crypto tokens, as they call them. Now, your crypto tokens are guaranteed to keep growing. Okay, and basically the idea here is that your crypto coins are going to grow, and hopefully the value of those coins goes up. It could theoretically go down. That's part of the risk that's involved with this. So you don't want to invest money you can't afford to lose. My recommendation, if you can afford to spend the $16 to buy this course, go ahead and buy the course, because there's also a certain amount of information there besides just what this website is. There's a certain amount of information there on how to do this the right way so that you don't end up losing money. There's a certain amount of timing that's involved in this stuff, because a lot of these things, you'll make money for a few months or a year or something, but you don't want to keep it invested for years and years and years, because eventually you could lose everything. So their recommendation, which I really liked a lot, because I sat here watching the course, that's why this review is going up a little late. It's currently 10:30 in the morning on Friday, April 8th, and this launched about a half an hour ago. But I've been sitting here all morning going through the course to make sure that I understood what's involved so that I can explain it to you. Their recommendation, which I really like a lot, is put in a relatively small investment, whatever you can afford. If it's $10, $50, $100, in my case, a few $100, okay? And I could afford more, but basically, I consider this to be a little bit of a gamble. Yes, I'm guaranteed to make more money in terms of crypto, but it's a bit of a gamble for me, because I'm putting in money that theoretically I could lose. It's unlikely, but there is a theoretical possibility. The same as you invest money in the stock market, there's a theoretical possibility the money could go down to zero. For example, I own shares in a company called Shift Technologies. And it was recommended by somebody that I felt knew what he was talking about, and it turned out he didn't know what he was talking about. When I bought Shift, it was $8.50. It's now down to $2.50. So I've lost money on my investment in Shift, but I still have my stake in Shift, because I'm hoping that it will keep going up. And if it doesn't, well, I didn't invest in money that I couldn't afford to lose. Let's put it that way. So it's kind of the same thing here, where you're going to put in a small investment. Now, what I like about these guys, what they recommend doing is like this. Let's say you put in $100. So their recommendation like this: leave your $100 in until your $100 has doubled to $200. And you can see the actual earnings that you're making from these things, okay? How much money they're actually making. Their recommendation is put in your $100, leave it in until your $100 doubles to $200. Pull out your $100, and then you're playing with house money. Basically, at that point, even if it goes down to zero, you didn't lose anything. All you're doing is basically playing with money that you didn't already have. And that I really, really like. Now, the other thing is that I really like that the reason that I'm recommending this kind of stuff, the reason that I'm investing my own money in these kind of things is very, very simple. The reason that I'm willing to do this is because I trust Jeremy and I trust James. Okay, these are people who are very, very ethical people. If you follow the IM industry, the internet marketing industry, then you probably know there's a lot of very, very slimy people in the industry, unfortunately. It's just the reality. I do try to be very, very strict about what I will review. There are people who I won't touch with a 10-foot pole just because I can't trust them. And there's other times when people tell me about a product that is coming out, and I'll take a look at it and I'm like, okay, how exactly does it work? And if they won't tell me exactly how it works, then I walk away. Okay, even though I know I can probably make money promoting it, I will walk away. For example, there was a product that came out a few weeks ago that I was all prepared to promote, and it was a traffic source. And the guy basically said, "Oh, it's this new secret traffic source that I came up with." Well, okay, that's great, and you know, I can respect the fact that you found a new traffic source, and that's fine. And even if I'm going to review it, you know, and talk about it, I can respect enough not to actually reveal what the source is. But at the same time, I feel it is my duty as somebody telling you to invest your money that I need to be able to say, yes, I've seen what this traffic source is. I know why it works. I understand how it works, and I know that it will, you know, make a return on your investment. Now, in this particular case, because I trust James and I trust Jeremy, because I know them personally, I know the kind of people they are. And again, this goes back to the whole thing about this industry. Jeremy is somebody who has repeatedly rallied against some of the deceptive practices in this industry. And he makes clear from day one, like literally from the moment you start. James actually does the intro. I'm going to show you the members in just a second. James actually does the intro for you on this course. And what James is actually going to tell you is that basically you do not necessarily making money in dollars or euros or whatever your currency is. You're making your money in crypto. So you have to understand that the insane interest rate that you're getting is in terms of crypto. And so obviously, you know, just like, for example, at the beginning of the war with Ukraine, when the Russian ruble went down in value and compared to the dollar, currently it's actually back up to where it was, by the way. But that's neither here nor there. But, you know, if you had, let's say, 100 rubles at the start of the war and it was worth, I don't know, I didn't really look how much it was worth, but let's say, just for argument's sake, 100 rubles was worth $10, okay, at the start of the war. Basically, by the time all the sanctions were going on, your 100 rubles was worth maybe $5 now. Okay, so the same kind of thing here, where theoretically you could have more tokens because you're automatically gaining more tokens, more crypto, but the value of your crypto could theoretically go down. Now, in practice, and this is why it's so important to be buying this kind of course from somebody reliable. In practice, if you know what you're doing, you're making money, you're not losing money. And that's why I believe in buying something from the likes of Jeremy and James, because they are people who are reliable. And they say right from the start, you don't want to get in on something like this when it's been out for a long time, because by then everybody knows about it. You want to get in when it's fresh and relatively new, because this way you can make money. Because there's a lot of these kind of programs, actually, since Jeremy started telling me about this, I've been looking into it. There's tons of these kind of things where they all claim crazy interest rates. But a lot of them are fly-by-night places where basically they're going to take your money and run. And so I like to look at something where it's somebody that I know has put in the time and effort. And that's what what we have here from Jeremy and James, that they put in the time and effort to actually look at this and say, okay, yeah, this is going to work. This is something that actually makes money. Now, as far as my bonus is concerned, and I'm going to show you the members area in just a second, but I really want to get this out of the way, and I want to make sure you understand why I'm recommending this, why I feel so strongly that this is great. Okay, but now as far as my bonus is concerned, I do have an insane bonus for you. This is something I actually just found myself, which is really, really cool. So I've been giving away a lot of PDF courses. Basically, these are, reports that you can, that I give you PLR rights to, that you can sell them, use them as bonuses, give them away, whatever. I recently found a way of automatically turning these things into videos, where you basically plug it in and it'll spit out a video for you. And the videos you can then use on your YouTube channel. You can also create a course out of it. The nice thing is that with videos, there's a higher perceived value from video than there is from PDFs. And so therefore, you basically are putting together some serious amounts of content for yourself that you can start turning into actual videos. So what I'm doing for you is like this. I'm going to give you, when you pick this up, 90 PDF courses, along with my secret hack that I found to turn them into videos automatically in a few minutes, completely, totally for free. Won't cost you a penny to do it. There's a secret hack that I found to do this very, very easily, very simply. You pick it up from me, you get 90 courses with full PLR rights that you can sell, give away, use as a bonus. If you pick up any upgrade from me, I'm going to bump you up. I'm going to give you another 200 courses on top of that. And again, you'll be able to use that with this secret hack that's going to teach you how to turn these things into videos. Okay. Plus, I'm also going to show you, you may know this already, but I'm going to show you also how to do hosting for these things completely for free. For example, if you wanted to put together a course, there is a way to host these things completely, totally for free without having to spend a penny. And you may know about it, you may not know about it. One thing I've learned in this industry is that just because I know something doesn't mean that everybody else knows it. So if you don't know it, I'm going to show you the secret hack as well to basically hosting all of your videos completely, totally for free, so that you literally don't have to spend any money in order to be able to turn this stuff into courses that you can turn around and sell and make money off of. It's very, very simple. So let's go take a quick look at the members area. See, it's basically just a downloadable PDF. See, it says users error downloads Autogrow Crypto. So you can see I just downloaded the PDF. Now, everything here is a video that you can play back and watch at your leisure. It's from James and Jeremy, obviously. James is going to do the intro for you. And what I really love is right from the start, James gets right to the heart of it and says, look, this is something new. It's a different way of making money. And right now it's working. And that's why he's pushing this out so quickly, because he just launched the first Autogrow Crypto, I think a month ago. It's unusual to put together something that's so soon. But he said, you know what? While it's working, while it's hot, let's get it out there and let's make some money off of it. And let's get people making money off of it. And so he put together this new thing, rushed it out the door because he knew this was going to make money for people, and it is making money. It is working. And again, his advice is probably the best advice I've ever heard about this kind of thing. Put in what you can afford. If it's $10, you can put in $10. If $50, put $50. If it's $100, you can put $100. If it's $1,000, you can put $1,000. Well, how much you can afford to invest? You invest what you can afford. Wait for that money to double. Once it's doubled, pull out your initial investment, and then basically whatever you're spending, whatever you're investing, even if you lose everything at that point, it doesn't matter because you didn't lose anything. All you're doing is losing your investment money. You're not losing any actual cash, which I think is very, very sound advice, one of the best pieces of advice I've ever heard regarding something like this. So yeah, so let's see if I'm going to give it a take as a product creator or not. The man! You're the man! You're the man! Yeah, seriously, you the man. I really do like this. I love these concepts where you can make money. I just realized it's funny, my hat is right below the bowler hat from my favorite painting that I have back here. You can see I lean over a little bit, you can see my chest set over there. And this is a replica of a painting from Magritte called Son of Man. It's a famous painting. It was made famous actually in the film with Pierce Brosnan. I'm blanking on the name of it. The Thomas Crown Affair. Anyway, famous painting. You know, the faceless man in the bowler hat. But anyway, that's funny. Anyhow, but seriously, grab this one. I think this is really good. This is going to make you money. And again, you're going to get my secret hack along with my courses. I think you're going to love this. Grab it.